DWD crew, today we are going to delve into the topic of what do you bring to Disney? Most people bring too much of what they don't need, and sometimes not enough of what actually keeps the day on track. So, this isn't just a suitcase video, it's your mission tactical gear. If you want to survive the parks without overspending, burning out, getting trapped by bad weather, you need that tactical plan for your gear. So, today, we are going to declassify Disney packing. All right, before we deploy on today's mission, if this is the kind of planning intel that you want, hit that like button. And of course, subscribe to Disney World Declassified DWD because we don't just do endless different lists or hype or just agree with what everybody else is doing or just endlessly review food or whatever. We actually declassify what works. So you save time, money, stress. We will tell you not to go somewhere. We will tell you not to ride something. We will tell you how to basically plan and your day, so your vacation, so you have a good time. And planning is super important. That's our thing. We plan. Can never plan enough. So now you're planning to go. Maybe you've never been. What do you bring? Well, we'll go through a list here for you of things you absolutely should pack. And we're going to start with your feet. Footwear is some of your most critical pieces of equipment. You can have a perfect plan, but if your feet are done, your day is done. So don't bring brand new shoes either. Bring shoes that you've already broken in, you've kind of seasoned to your feet. If you're going in rainy months, water resistance matters. Wet shoes really don't feel good. And the fastest way to lose a park day is with foot pain. Now, some people say you should bring blister bandages. Yeah, you can do that, sure. For me, though, if you don't do a lot of walking, then maybe you should consider bringing blister bandages because you don't want to end up with blisters on your feet, take you out of the game. Or just get a good pair of shoes. I prefer Merrell's. I find they work really well, especially in wet weather, highly water resistant. So that's also an option. Next, refillable water bottles. So hydration here is not optional. It's essential. So bring a refillable bottle so you're not paying Disney prices every time you're thirsty and buying bottled water. You have refillable water stations. Water stations are everywhere in the park that you can fill up with. If you're on the Disney dining plan, you're going to get a travel mug. It's just not that big, so you'll find yourself kind of filling it up a lot, and it doesn't sit well, and I don't know, it doesn't in your backpack, and it's just kind of awkward. It's good though to fill up with coffee before you leave your resort in those travel mugs, and you can do that. Bring it with you, but a bigger, more travel-friendly water bottle is better. So next, cooling towels. If you're coming in to Disney World or Universal in a really hot season from May onwards, cooling towels are a really good thing to have, especially from I would say from May till about the early fall. They're small. They pack really small, and they work instantly. You basically soak these things up, put them on you, and they keep you cool and comfortable no matter really how hot it is outside. Definitely, it's how you stay functional in long lines and long walks. Next, bring a hat. I mean, even if you don't usually wear hats, hat's pretty good to have as your first line of defense in the Florida sun. It'll reduce fatigue, protect your face. It's a cheap item, but it's a big advantage, and you really should have one. It's really kind of, I think, a necessity. Sunscreen. Oh, essential, especially in Florida. I mean, sunscreen's damage control here. You don't want a burn doesn't just hurt; it'll make you feel like, well, terrible the whole rest of your trip. And then you'll start avoiding the sun, cutting your plans short. Bring us something in a size that you'll actually reapply, and it's easy to reach, and you can apply early and before and reapply before you feel like you actually need it. Ziploc bags. I agree with other channels on this one. Ziploc bags are a low-cost, high-value asset. They protect electronics in storms, keep wet stuff separated from dry stuff, can help you organize. Also, emergency storage for snacks. You don't want to get crushed, or you don't even finish if you buy them. You can bring a couple different sizes. You actually will use these. Portable power bank. Now, your phone is essential these days at Disney. It's your command center. It's how you book your lightning lanes. You can do mobile ordering. It's got the maps on there. It's your photos, everything. You can buy fuel cells in the park. They're pricey. They're not always convenient, and I don't quite like them. I would say bring your own power bank. It really keeps things going all day. I like Anchor. Anchor's a good brand. They have a wide variety of power banks and some really super powerful ones. I mean, that you can charge a phone 3 times over before it needs a charge. And keep in mind too, if you're flying to Disney, to Orlando, depending on your seat, you might not have power in the front for your phone. So if you have your power bank, you can't put that in a check-in bag. You have to bring it as a carry-on. But if you have it on the plane with you, you can keep your electronics powered throughout your entire flight. So it's also a good option to have. Now, number one. The number one item that you need going to Disney is ponchos. Yes, ponchos. Because Florida weather changes in seconds, and it doesn't just start raining, it detonates. So you'll get hit with late in the day, summer storms that just fly in out of nowhere in the afternoon, drench you for half an hour and then move on. But ponchos allow you to basically keep doing everything you were going to do anyways. That's why they're better than an umbrella, because they'll keep you totally dry. You can still go on rides if they're not canceled. You can still pretty much do everything you were going to do, and you'll stay dry. The poncho is a lifesaver. Yes, you can buy them in the parks. Everybody else knows that too, though. So if it's also really raining bad out, expect it's going to be a lot of people buying them. And they're not cheap. Comparatively, if you go to the dollar store or something where you live and you pick a bunch of ponchos up for a few bucks, versus paying 3 or 4 or 5 times that amount at Disney, it's a lot to pay for something that's substantially cheaper in your hometown and easy to get. And this was a lifesaver for me always whenever I went to Disney. So number one, ponchos. Okay. Last thing, declassified tip, tactical advantage most people ignore: groceries. Order staples directly to your resort. Milk, yogurt, fruit, breakfast bars, snacks, even some bottled water if you want. It gives you a fast breakfast, so you can rope drop if you want at the parks. Just go straight there in the morning if you don't have a character breakfast or a breakfast booked at Boma or a brunch or something at Chef Art Smith or the Boathouse. Second, when you come back after an exhausted day at the parks, you have something ready, snacks that are in your room. You don't have to go buy them in your resort and pay high prices. Fruit is a hit and win. The parks, it's expensive. It's not always easy to find when you want it. So having your own supply of fruit in your room, for me, is huge. Keeps energy stable. It reduces impulse spending. So these are things they make your life easier when you're at the parks, especially if you have little ones that you think are picky eaters, but maybe they just eat toast or drink milk in the morning. Then you can just do that in your room and on a day when you're hitting the park early, and you've got something when you come back to your room. It's a lifesaver. Amazon delivers, Walmart delivers. There's a bunch of different delivery options. that will deliver right to basically Bell services at your resort, and you just go pick it up. All right. So, pack for the mission. With the right gear, you stay ahead of the crowds. You stay under budget. If you want next steps, for our channel, take a look at all our stuff. We've got one-day mission plans where we show you exactly how to execute a day at each park. We plan it all for you. You get value from this, hit like, subscribe. We don't do endless opinions. We do protocols. We'll see you in the parks, but you won't see us. DWD.